we are going to see Harpreet, the CEO of Oura ring, the one that I'm wearing. I'm gonna ask him everything about sleep quality, about how his product tracks it. Let's do it. Hey! Hi! Wow, so much light. I love this place. Hi! She's so excited. Bless you. Hey!
Hey, how are you?
Hey, good to see you. I got a 95 score on my sleep today. Oh wow, you're getting so much deep sleep.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's right. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Deep sleep is.
Deep sleep, I got an hour 17, but yeah, some nights I get a lot. Like that night was, I think back here I almost got like a record, 2 hours, 40 minutes.
2 hours, yeah. I got like, my maximum was 2 hours and was today.
Today?
Yeah.
Wow.
How do you get like, how do you know what number is the best for every person? Because is it the same for everyone who uses Oura?
No, everyone, I mean, different people. I guess it's like, I almost think about it like exercising. Like what's the best you can do if you exercise? You can always do better, right?
Yeah.
Like you can always run faster, you can always lift more weights.
But should I strive for 2 hours every night, or maybe my body doesn't need it?
I think with deep, everything we know about deep sleep is that it has like profound health implications. So it's probably like the one that if you had to focus on a stage, they're all important and they all happen in different parts of the night and they all have different purposes. But like for probably what most people want in terms of like, I don't know, weight loss, memory recall, and actually like athletic performance, yeah, deep tends to be one of the ones that people focus on. Averages change as you age. So if you look at like someone who's 21 years old, like their deep sleep will probably be like north of an hour and a half. But as you age, actually, like if once you get to 50 years old, it's probably like sub 40 minutes. And then actually as you really age, like 70, 80, it'll probably fall to like less than 10 minutes.
Can you do anything to extend it?
Yeah, that's why we made Oura.
Okay, so what would be the top 3 advice from you?
Look, different things work for different people, so you have to find actually what works for you. You know, I can share some of my top ones and other ones that some of our users have told us. So for me, it's definitely number 1 top thing is actually what time I eat in relation to my bedtime.
The last meal.
The last meal.
And
So
when is it?
For me, I try to actually finish eating as early as like 5:30.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But we went to dinner at
I know.
7:30.
No. Our reservation was at 5:30.
But then you had another dinner.
I didn't. You guys had another dinner. I didn't.
Okay.
You did. Yeah. No, but I guess normally like if I get really good deep sleep and I get like even good HRV, I'll finish eating dinner 3 to 4 hours, more like 4 hours before I go to bed.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe I'll start at like 5, sometimes 4:45, but I'll be done by 5:36 and be bed by anywhere from 9 to 10. So that definitely helps. And then blue light blocking glasses help a lot for me.
The orange ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Orange and sometimes even yellow. We've had some users tell us, actually this happened with Sarah, that like before she's only getting 10 minutes consistently and she started using blue light blocking glasses and it like increased as much as like 30-40 minutes.
Wow. And so you start using them at like 5 p.m.?
I use them as soon as the sun goes down. So whenever the sun goes down, if you want to think about it like a natural, like you're living outside, right? So sun goes down, if we were living outside, you know, like we did for thousands of years, right? Then you wouldn't be getting blue light. So I try to do the same.
Cool. And number 3?
Number 3, I think for me, it's probably like not having coffee late. So that doesn't affect everyone as much, but for me, like even if I have a coffee at noon or 1 o'clock, I'll have like worse deep sleep.
Wow, that's already too late.
Yeah, so I do have like 2 cups on most days. Been trying to get back to 1 cup, but I'll have both before like 10 a.m.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
okay. And does decaf affect the deep sleep?
I mean, decaf has like a third of like regular coffee.
Oh, still a third? Wow.
Yeah, I think maybe as high as a third, some are probably like a fifth. But yeah, so I don't have decaf, so I wouldn't know.
And regarding sleep, another question, like a lot of people here in Silicon Valley started taking a lot of supplements.
Yes.
Do you take any?
When I travel, I do. So typically when I travel, I'll try to take some melatonin the first night, just to like sort of reset my melatonin release cycle, like my circadian like cycle sort of in that new time zone.
Yeah.
That's probably the only time I take it, unless for some reason I'm having like a really hard time sleeping that night, which is very rare.
Oh, wow. You were laughing at me, guys, about my supplements. Look how pros do it. And oh, you might be wondering what's in the lowest shelf.
I got the lowest shelf, of course. Yeah.
So yours, right?
Yeah, most of these are mine.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long would it take you to like get rid of it?
I mean, I've had some of this stuff for over a year, and a lot of stuff I'll stock up. So like there was a sale on some of the On It stuff on New Mood, so I'll buy like 5 bottles at a time.
Wow. How does it feel? Like I have the same kind of thing. We've been working together with Dima for 7 years. How do you like? And we're also working from home together all the time. How do you manage to not get like conflicts that are related to work into your personal life? How do you separate that?
It's almost impossible. I think it's like, it happens, but you just have, at least I think like we got to remember that like there's stuff outside of work. I'd say that's the hardest part. I think when you're like working, especially from home and just by ourselves, it's like hard to have that home, like, home balance versus work. It sort of all blends together. And it's really helpful for startups, I think, in the beginning, because it is all encompassing.
Yeah.
So in that sense, like, I think it helps like each other, like we understand that it's like a lot of work for each other. But at the same time, it's like you forget to like go do fun things.
Yeah.
Like go out to dinner or go on dates or like go spend time with each other other than just doing work.
Yeah, same problem for us. Sometimes Dmitry starts talking about like language, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Sorry. 8 p.m.
Turn it off.
Do you have the same thing?
Yeah. Definitely. Just to even have that homework separation. For me, it's like I like having that separation because then you feel more relaxed when you come home.
Yeah.
But I know Sarah's like, she's like, well, I don't want to waste time getting ready and going to an office, which is true.
That's also true.
I mean, you probably
I love working from home.
You probably waste like half an hour getting ready, another at least 15 minutes traveling and 15 minutes back. So it's like an hour of your day right there.
Yeah.
So, and startups are about efficiency.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Isn't it so good?
Yeah.
And look, you can adjust this so you can put your elbows on it so you're really sitting up.
Wow, you should give me a link. What about like the amount of sleep that I'm getting per night? Because for me, I always felt that it's 9 hours is perfect.
Yeah.
Is it perfect for everyone? Because when I sleep 9 hours, Oura gives me like 95. When I don't, it's always like 80. Is it, again, the same for everyone, or you would adjust the score that you give to people who sleep 7 hours?
We adjust the score that we give to people. So everyone's score is different based on the data we see. So we probably look at length of time, but we also look at a lot of different factors. So how much time you were actually asleep in bed. So are you like really, really efficient or are you not? So like if you are sleeping 9 hours, but maybe let's say you toss and turn and you wake up, and most people actually don't remember when they wake up. Because you're like in the middle of sleep and then you like wake up and you're really tired and groggy. So a lot of people don't remember all the small wake ups they have, but they can actually add up to quite significant. So if you have like, 3 or 4 wake ups, each one is like 5 minutes, 10 minutes each, that adds quite a bit of time. So even if you're sleeping 9 hours, you may not actually be asleep the full 9 hours. So everyone's different, I think, but then we also look at sort of how much deep sleep did you get, how much REM sleep did you get, how long did it take you to fall asleep? So. Oh,
that's my favorite parameter because it takes me like 10 minutes. I love it, like 10 minutes to fall asleep.
But it's actually like misconception. So 10 minutes is okay. 15 minutes is actually ideal, like 25 is too long. But if you're like less than 10 minutes, some people are like, oh, I fall asleep so fast, like 5 minutes or 2 minutes. That's actually not healthy.
It means that you're exhausted, right?
Yeah, exactly. We did focus on that we found matters even more is, let's say your deep sleep is on average, 40 minutes, right? One thing that we found is actually you want to be able to see what things are helping or hurting your deep sleep. So maybe some nights you drink alcohol or have a big meal, your deep sleep goes down, and some nights, like let's say you take a lot of magnesium, you finish your dinner early, and your deep sleep goes up. And so we focused our algorithm to actually focus much more on precision than accuracy. So I would say, like, you know, does it really matter if you're 40 minutes or 30 minutes?
Yeah, it's all about dynamics, right? What you do during the day. And
Exactly,
how that
and if you're on the right trend, right? So like we focus more on helping people like night to night changes versus like just trying to focus just on like a one night accuracy.
Yeah.
Just because in real life use, night to night changes are more impactful. If you think about sleep as a science, it's actually relatively new. As far as what's actually happening to your body and your brain, like we know, you know, different hormones are released in different stages. So during deep sleep, it seems like that one of the biggest functions is your physical strength. So things that relate to muscle repair, growth hormone release, testosterone release. So that's happening during deep sleep. One of the most interesting things we've also found is actually there's a plaque that develops in your brain. Just like when you use anything, there's like inflammation and plaque that develops, and your brain actually cleans this plaque away during sleep. And one of the ones is actually associated with memory. It's called beta amyloid. And it turns out, actually, scientists discovered this just 2 years ago. During deep sleep is actually when these beta amyloid plaque is actually removed, specifically
so
during
you can
deep sleep.
absorb new information?
It's actually not fully understood yet. So I think the finding actually showed that like people that had very high levels of beta amyloid actually have like more memory loss and eventually Alzheimer's. And so what they were able to show the link is between sort of, you know, deep sleep, the amount of deep sleep you get, or lack of deep sleep, and an increase in beta amyloids and hence early onset of Alzheimer's. So that's like one of the most interesting things we found during deep sleep in the last few years.
Should have given you a bath before your little picture.
Where's your ring?
Oh, no, Preet, you just took it off.
Good girl.
She had a lot of deep sleep.
Can you actually track it on dog?
Lola, how was your
We
run?
could try.
So how many people do you have on the team now?
We have close to 40 on the team now.
And how many report to you? Like, how many calls do you have per day?
Too many. We're trying to simplify that. I think that's like actually always a hard thing for a startup when you start growing, and you have to like take time to like take a step back and slow down. But yeah, right now I have like probably 6 or 7.
Who report to you directly?
Yeah. So I think, you know, even company wide, we're trying to like figure out sort of, we started to notice bottlenecks as if people have like 7, 8 people reporting to them. So how can you sort of, you know, break it up a little bit and have more like 4 or 5?
Yeah.
That's more manageable. What do you? I don't know what you guys do.
Yeah. So last year we're like 10 people. This year like 50 to 60 people.
Right.
So yeah, and the majority of them reported to us, and then we just started appointing heads of different departments. So we just work with the heads of like head of marketing, head of operations, head of sales, head of customer care. Because it's impossible to work with everyone because everyone has the same questions. And like,
yeah, and then I think like we've even found, even if you have heads of those divisions, sometimes you'll have too many groups and still all reporting to you guys. So it can be pretty overwhelming.
Yeah, and so what time do you wake up every day?
I'm up typically at like 4:50.
What?
Yeah, because I start calls at 5 a.m. So like today my first call was at 5 a.m.
And you go to bed at?
Normally at like 9:30. Yeah.
Oh, that's healthy.
Yeah, 9:30, sometimes 10. Sometimes if I'm really tired, 8 o'clock.
Who do you think I should interview next
Ooh.
for this vlog?
I think Kevin Lin from Twitch is really fun. He's like, you know, I mean, Twitch has been super successful, right? I think they have over like, I forget how many hundreds of million people use it like every day or every week. It's insane. But I think also just as like a founding story, like not many people know, but there was like a long history of where they didn't have a lot of traction in the beginning.
Oh yeah, I remember how it started with
Justin TV.
It was Justin wearing camera.
Yeah.
It's basically what I do, but more professionally.
Yeah. So I think it took some time, you know, with Justin TV, and then the initial transition to Twitch. It wasn't like immediate, right? So I think that's a really cool story of just how perseverance and stuff like that paid off. So. He's a cool one, and happy to introduce you to him.
That would be great.
Yeah.
That would be great. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. It was really informative. A lot of like things that I want to act on straight away, like regarding my sleep. Thank you so much, and I will switch to spray magnesium. Definitely. Less pills is always great. All right, thank you, Harpreet.
Cool.
And
thanks for coming.
fingers crossed for Oura's future. I love your product.
Yeah, likewise. Fingers crossed for you guys. I think what you guys are doing as well and helping share information, helping people learn, and just also experience something like when traveling is so cool.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye guys.